flew that plane?
Where is your boss? The chief of police.
You passing through San Lucas? It can be quite dangerous. The cartels destroy everything.
There's another one of you hiding.
I have what you want.
You killed my brother-in-law, Hector. You make a deal, and I will spare you all.
And miss all the fun?
Okay, have it your way.
We need to secure the house.
Where are you from?
Ukraine. The man who raised me and taught me everything I know. A man you wouldn't want to cross.
There's nowhere to run.
You're a survivor.
You can't save this family. No matter how good you are, they will die sooner or later.
I don't even know your name.
Dominique.
Thank
I'm
you.
done.
Hi, Michael. How you doing?
Good, man. I see you have the Commando poster. I'm friends with Mark Lester.
Yeah, everybody. Oh, well, that's awesome. But yeah, everybody mentions my Commando poster every time I do an interview.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm a product of the '80s. What can I say?
Yeah, so am I. Go ahead.
Michael. Okay, so I only have so much time with you today. So I just wanted to say, okay, I literally just watched the movie because I wanted it fresh in my mind when I was talking to you, and then I'm going to talk to Oksana later, which I'm excited about. I'm going to ask this question with the utmost respect, sir. Do you not like your audience who watches these movies? Because these are harsh. I just watched this movie, and I'm not going to give anything away because it hasn't come out yet. But this is brutal. That is omitted the action scenes. I mean, all together. Talk about creating this movie and like the roller coaster that you're going to take the
Yeah. But you felt something, right?
Oh my gosh, did I? I'm a human being. Of course I did.
Okay, well there you go. See, to me that's what I like to do. I mean, the movies I like to make, I love action. I love all that, all the explosions and the effects, and I love keeping the heart pumping, for my audience. But in the end, I want them to feel. I want them to feel emotion. I don't know if you've seen any of my other films, but the action is cool, but I try to really push the emotion, because to me, an explosion feels 10 times more impactful if you're feeling something.
Absolutely. And I have seen Avenged, the other movie you did, which again, another I loved it, but that was another brutal film to watch, let me tell you. Now let's talk about making, like, because we all know women have been kicking ass in cinema for years. I mean, I hate it when fans come at me and people are like, oh, a woman wouldn't be able to do that. I'm like, are you seriously saying that right now? Because, and nothing makes me more mad is like when somebody says that like a woman can't take out like like a group of guys or something. Because if they're trained just like a man is, all bets are off and everything. So talk about making, like, Oksana in this movie. Let's talk a little bit about her. She kicks all kinds of ass in this movie, and I'll get to one scene in particular in a moment, but just talk about women in action in general and Oksana Orlin, what she brings to the table.
Yeah, I have an opinion about it. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of women out there who are doing these action films, and and they're young, they're in their in their 20s or 18 or whatever, and they're small, and that's really the problem, is that they're picking the wrong actresses, and not that you know what I mean. It needs to be a woman who has a little bit more experience, tall, I mean, Charlize Theron, that's why she does it so well. It's her height. She's looking down at the guys, not up at the guys, right?
Right.
So that to me is a big issue, right? And Oksana did inspire the role very early on when we came up with the idea. So I knew right away she was perfect for it. And yeah, and so that's really to me the big thing is that a woman needs to look physically like she can handle the part. Not, you know, it's not just about her acting chops. You know what I mean? And then obviously if she can get the physicality in too, that's even better. A lot could be hidden with editing, but you know, if a woman could bring it all, then you know, the height, the charisma, the skill, you know, then you got it. You know, what's her name from Tomb Raider? I love her. She's a great actress. Alicia
Vikander. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she looks great, and she actually does better than most of them. But she's still a small-framed girl. You know what I mean? And I mean, taking on 5 guys, she might get snapped. You know, so
absolutely. So let's talk. Let's elaborate on Oksana Orlin, who again is Dominique. She's and this isn't the first time you worked with her, so obviously you guys have a good experience together. So I mean, like, and the movie lives or dies on her shoulders. So talk about that.
Well, the role was designed for her. I mean, I knew what she's capable of, you know, and so I tailored it for her. And I knew, look, I've known her for years, and we've had a really good close relationship, and I know her strengths, and I wanted to tap into that because I know she could be a star if she has the right chance, you know?
Absolutely. So, okay, and again, now I'm an action film website, so again, I have to talk about the action sequences. Now, like, again, I'm a fan because I'm a martial arts practitioner, and I did Eskrima Kali, you know, a lot of knife fighting, a lot of stick fighting. So anytime knives are involved, when I see action movies, I get excited. I'm like, ooh, they're breaking out knives, they're breaking out the blades and stuff like that. So let's talk about the siege on the house, which is the biggest action. Well, there's a lot of action sequences in the movie, but that's the predominant one.
That's what the film.
So talk about crafting that one and putting it together, because that chef's kiss on that one, because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you. Well, you know, it's funny. I knew that I had one woman taking on, so I did a lot of the choreography concepts myself for that sequence.
Okay.
I wanted it to be believable. One woman taking on 30 guys or whatever, how many there were, you know. So what I did was I had to find a house that kind of funneled all the sold officers through the driveway in a way they can't really branch out and escape. And then, of course, I came up with the idea with the lights, which I don't want to talk about totally because that's kind of a surprise.
Right.
But I created a pyramid with them so that it's wider at the front and smaller at the back. And so I knew that if she attacked from the rear, and I can use the lights to, you know, to blind them. Okay, I'll let that go.
It's not a big spoiler.
It's fine. Actually, it's in the trailer. Anyway,
yeah, exactly.
That she can work her way through from one guy from behind. She attacks him silently, take his weapon, and work her way through them. And so that was part of the concept. The funny thing is I was really struggling. How can I do this? And I had some choreographers try to come up with ideas for me. It didn't work because they were coming at her from all directions, and it wasn't believable. She needed to go through them like a train. You know what I mean? That's what that was really, to me, what had to happen. And so in the middle of the night, I'm sitting there, I'm lying in bed, and all of a sudden I have this vision of this diamond of her working her way through. So I literally got up, took my phone, hit record in my underwear, and started to act out her moves. Okay, she attacks the first guy silently. And then she grabs his gun, shoots 2 guys. Then finally somebody's aware that she's behind them, turns, she grabs the gun, works her way through, right? So I literally had to, I literally in my underwear, I'm acting the whole scene out. How can I get through this pyramid? And so, yeah, it was a scene that I needed to be believable. And it works. I think it does work, you know? I think it's, people won't watch this and say, oh, I mean, they might say, some of the biggest skeptics might say, oh, it's not believable. But you don't feel it's not believable, right? It kind of feels.
Listen, I've been watching action movies since I was 4 or 5. I'm 51 now. So it's like, I thought it was totally believable, and I loved how it was executed and the choreography. So let's give some props to your stunt team. So talk about these guys who put all this wonderful chaos together.
Yeah, I mean, so I came up with the main concept, and then I got together with James Liu. You know James Liu?
I was going to ask you. I saw him in the credits on IMDb. Was he involved? Because I'm a fan. Yeah, him and Billy Smith, another choreographer. Billy did the kitchen scene. He choreographed the kitchen scene. He has all the credit for that. Yep. And then James Liu and I kind of worked through my vision for the fight. And then he spent time with Oksana, you know, getting her to the physicality to be believable and so forth.
And then after we did all that in LA, and then both of them couldn't go to Colombia, so I had to go to Colombia with video showing her fight, and then showed the choreographers there in Colombia to kind of relearn it, and then work and then start from scratch again with a model. Yeah, did that answer your question?
Absolutely, of course. All right, cool. So I got time for one more question, so I'm going to wrap it up. So again, I talk with a lot of directors and a lot of actors about action movies, and nowadays, which I'm loving, it's like it's not action for action's sakes. What happens physically and violently is a product of caring about the characters, and you have to care about the characters for the action to happen. And you accomplish this because of the time Oksana or Dominique spends with the family and everything. Exactly. So talk about how important it was to get that over before all the chaos started.
Yeah. I mean, from a storytelling standpoint, I knew I had to start strong. So that's the scene in the plane. You know what she's capable of, right?
Yes. Great opening. Yeah.
And then she meets the family, she gets to know them, they take her in, she meets the guy who she has the hots for, has sex, whatever. Right. And then I wanted to devote enough time. I knew that the audience had to spend enough time with the family to really get to know, see the bond and care about them, right, before the action really starts. So it takes a while for the action to kick in again. I mean, there's some cool intense moments, here and there. But the thing is, because we saw that first scene with Dominique in the plane, we know what she's capable of, right? So we're kind of waiting for the explosion, right? And Absolutely. And we're seeing the bond. And so, yeah, it was very important. Unfortunately, and that's the problem where a lot of action movies today fall short, is they feel they have to have action all the time. And because of that, you don't really connect with the characters as well. And Absolutely. So I'm old school, I'm 80s guy too. I love Thief. Remember Thief, Michael Mann?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much action in that film. There's no action until the end. But you care so much about him and his dreams, and all of a sudden everything falls apart. He's like, the hell with it. I'm just going to go blow it all up. Me and them, right? So that's how that ended. And then, so yeah, I'm big on character development. And so there are times that, like, it's my film, The Russian Bride. I think I spent there's a couple scenes I didn't have enough action. I saved all the action for the very end, and that doesn't seem to work today. So, yeah. Anyway.
Well, you fixed that problem with this movie. All right, I can't thank you enough, Michael, for joining me. I wanted to talk to you ever since I did see Avenged a while ago. And Dominique, oh my gosh, action fans are gonna love it. Like I said, I'm hard to please, so like I'm straight out telling you, definite thumbs up. And like I said, Oksana does a great job. Aside from being a hard watch, because I'm not going to lie to my fans, it's a hard watch, but it's worth it, to go on this journey with her and the family and everything. So,
and there's a sequel planned,
What's that?
There's a sequel planned. I mean,
I didn't want to spoil the ending. That's the thing. I got that. I got it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, you can make as many movies with this character as you want. I'm on board. So you got me from the first 5 minutes. All right, sir. Thank you so much. Good luck with the rest of the day. Continued success, and good luck with the film when it comes out next week. I can't say enough about it. And again, my review will reflect that.
I didn't know you were going to have watched it. Thank you.
Yeah, right, absolutely. Bud. Thank you. All right. Have a good one. All right.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Hector.
Go through that plane.
Where is your boss? The chief of police.
You passing through San Lucas? It can be quite dangerous. The cartels destroy everything.
There's another one of you hiding.
I have what you want.
You killed my brother-in-law, Hector. You make a deal, and I will spare you all.
And may sell the fun.
Okay, have it your way.
We need to secure the house.
Where are you from?
Ukraine. The man who raised me and taught me everything I know. A man you wouldn't want to cross.
There's nowhere to run.
You're a survivor.
You can't save this family. No matter how good you are, they will die sooner or later.
I don't even know your name.
Dominique.